In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up, and he stood there for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. So, children, what you have been told here that when the celebrations were started in the manor house, when the celebrations were started in the house of the Iron Master, he had also been included among the guests. It was not like that he had been excluded. He had also been given the chance to participate in the celebrations. So he stood there in the drawing room for a while, and then he was blinking his eyes in such a way as though the candlelight hurt him. Because he was a poor man, he had been habitual to darkness, and that is why he was really not comfortable in the illumination, in the great illumination that was there, that must have been there in the manor house of the Iron Master. तो ये बात आपने देखी कि उस दिन जब क्रिसमस का सेलिब्रेशन शुरू हुआ तो उसको भी जगाया गया, उसे भी बुलाया गया, उसे भी सबके साथ सम्मिलित होने का मौका दिया गया, और वहां पहुंचकर वो थोड़ी देर खड़ा रहा। पर उस दौरान वो अपनी आंखों को कुछ ऐसे जो है चमका रहा था कि जैसे वो कैंडल लाइट से हर्ट हो रहा था। तो कुछ हद तक ये बात समझी भी जा सकती है, क्योंकि वो एक गरीब आदमी था जो कि अंधेरे का आदी था, और वहाँ की जो वंडरफुल इल्यूमिनेशन जो वहाँ का था क्रिसमस के टाइम का, हो सकता है वो उससे एडजस्टेड ना रहा हो। ही डिसअपियर्ड अगेन। 2 hours later he was aroused once more. He then had to go into the dining room and eat Christmas fish and porridge. So children, what you have been told here, that peddler really did not want to become a disturbing element over there. He did not want to become a fly in ointment. That is a phrase what we call as कबाब में हड्डी, fly in ointment, कि जैसे आप ऑइंटमेंट लगा रहे हो, उसमें एक मक्खी गिर जाए तो आप उसको नहीं मल लेंगे, वो बेकार की चीज़ हो जाएगी। तो दिस इज हाउ इट हैज़ इमर्स्ड, फ्लाई इन ऑइंटमेंट। सो ही डिड नॉट वांट टू बिकम द फ्लाई इन ऑइंटमेंट। और देयर इज वन मोर फ्रेज फॉर द सिमिलर सिचुएशन, दैट इज डॉग इन मैंजर, कि मैंजर बोलते हैं कि जिसमें भैंस वगैरह खाना खाती हैं, तो अगर वहाँ पे कुत्ता आ जाए तो वो ना खुद खाएगा ना भैंस को खाने देगा, और इस तरीके से वो दोनों का काम खराब कर देगा। तो दैट इज़ हाउ दीज टू फ्रेजेस एग्जिस्ट इक्विवेलेंट टू कबाब में हड्डी, फ्लाई इन ऑइंटमेंट एंड डॉग इन मैंजर. So he did not want to become either the fly in ointment or he did not want to become the dog in manger, and that is why he just did not want to bother anybody with his own presence, and that is why he just went away from there. But 2 hours later, he had once been invited so that he could take his food, so that he could enjoy himself with the Christmas fish and porridge. So that is how he was only presenting himself only when he had been invited, because he did not want to disturb anybody, he did not want to bother anybody with his innominous presence. So that is what you have been told up to now. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said, "Thank you and goodbye." So he was really very courteous in the civilized atmosphere, because it is the atmosphere that is going to make you what you are. If you're just following a civilized company, definitely you are going to become civilized, and if you have been following the rowdy group of people, you are going to become rowdy. So that is how we can see the transformation in the peddler also, that while he is there in the manor house, while he is there in the house of the Iron Master, he has himself become very civilized, and that is why as the guests got up, he went to each one present and he said thank you and goodbye. So that is how he reacted. So when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was his father's intention that the suit that he wore was to be a Christmas present and he did not have to return it. So in this way, as he was bidding thank you and goodbye to everybody, he went to the Iron Master's daughter also in order to say thank you to her. And now, what she did, let us see. When he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand. So as he just came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention, that it was her father's desire, that the suit that he wore was to be a Christmas present and he need not return it. So that is what the girl tried to make him understand, that the suit that he wore was to be a Christmas present to him and that he need not return. So this is what you have seen up to now. तो आपने बच्चों क्या देखा कि वहाँ के एक सिविलाइज्ड एटमॉस्फेयर में वो पेडलर भी बहुत सिविलाइज्ड हो गया था। वो हर कोई जो वहाँ पे गेस्ट की तरीके से आया था, जब वो अपनी टेबल से खड़ा होता था तो पेडलर उसके पास जाता था, उसको थैंक यू गुड बाय वगैरह बोलता था। और इसी क्रम में जब वो उस लड़की के पास में गया तो उस लड़की ने उसके थैंक्स को तो एक्सेप्ट किया ही, और साथ ही साथ उसको ये भी समझाने की कोशिश की कि जो सूट उसने पहन रखा है वो उसके लिए क्रिसमस प्रेजेंट है और उसे वापस करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो इस तरीके से उसने एक बार फिर से अपनी भलमनसाहत का परिचय दिया। And if he wanted to spend the next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, and he would be welcomed back again. So, what you have been told here, children? That at the same time, the girl also gave another assurance to the peddler that on the next Christmas, if he want to come back to the manor house again, he is most welcome and he must be sure that no evil is going to befall on him. तो सूट तो उसे प्रेजेंट मिला ही, साथ ही साथ उसे ये एश्योरेंस भी मिला कि अगर नेक्स्ट क्रिसमस ईव पे भी उसे यहाँ आने का मन होता है, क्योंकि ये वो जगह है वेर ही कुड रेस्ट इन पीस, कि जहाँ वो चैन से सो सकता है, तो ही इज़ मोस्ट वेलकम। और वो इस बात के लिए भी निश्चिंत रहे कि उसके साथ कुछ भी बुरा नहीं होगा। इस बात का एश्योरेंस देते हुए उस लड़की ने उसको एक बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट दिया, एक बहुत बड़ा मॉरल सपोर्ट उसे दिया। The man with the rat trap did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. So, what you have been told here, children? That the man was really surprised. He was beyond himself. He was really at a loss. At a loss means confused. He was really greatly confused. And simultaneously, he was also quite sentimental by that time. He was really in a great obligation to the girl who had really been taking care of him in such a way that he had never dreamt of, that he had never expected. So, when he had been given the proposal of coming to the manor house on the next Christmas, he was really in boundless amazement, and he did not reply anything to this, because sometimes the situation is really too difficult to be answered in words, and that is why he kept silence. And sometimes this silence is also a reply. So he just did not say anything. He only stared at that beautiful girl in boundless amazement. He had just been staring at her, he had just been looking at her, and he did not know how he can just answer to what she has said. कि आपने देखा कि वो इतना भाव विभोर हो गया था, वो इतना जो है भावनात्मक रूप से उस लड़की के आगे झुक गया था कि वो ये समझ ही नहीं पा रहा था कि वो क्या जवाब दे, और इस वजह से बिना कुछ बोले वो सिर्फ उसकी ओर देखता रहा, सिर्फ उसकी ओर ताकता रहा. And his daughter got up in good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep, and they did not disturb him. So the next day, it must have been Sunday, and they wanted to go to the church for the early Christmas service. And in the meantime, their guest was asleep, and deliberately they did not disturb him. They did not wake him up. तो अगले दिन आयरन मास्टर और उसकी बेटी को चर्च जाना था क्रिसमस में अपना रिचुअल्स करने के लिए, वर्शिप करने के लिए, प्रेयर्स करने के लिए. तो उस टाइम जो उनका गेस्ट था वो सोया हुआ था, तो उन्होंने उसे जगाया नहीं, उन्होंने उसे सोने दिया कि चलो बेचारा आराम कर ले. When, at about 10 o'clock, they drove back from the church, the girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. So, as they returned from the church, there was something that they overheard there. And that was the reason the girl was sitting with her head even more dejectedly. She was really looking quite nervous. She was really looking quite alarmed and confused. So, what it was? Let us see. At church, she had learned that one of the old crofters of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. So, now it was quite obvious why the girl was really so dejected. Now it was quite obvious why the girl was so disheartened. That at the church she had come to learn that one of the old crofters, one of the old farmers of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who just went around selling rat traps. So now it was quite obvious that it was the same man whom they have sheltered in their house. So now the faith of the girl was to be broken, or at least this is what she had thought. And now she was also ashamed at the fact that she had argued with her father for providing shelter to that peddler, for providing shelter to that kind of a person. तो आपने देखा कि जब वो लोग चर्च से लौट करके आए तो वो लड़की बहुत दुखी थी और मार निराशा से उसने अपना सर झुका रखा था। और उसकी वजह क्या थी कि चर्च में उसे पता चला कि आयरन वर्क्स का एक पुराना क्रॉफ्टर, आयरन वर्क्स का एक पुराना कर्मचारी, एक पुराना फार्मर, वो एक ऐसे आदमी द्वारा लूट लिया गया था जो यहाँ वहाँ रैट्रैप बेचता हुआ भटकता था। तो इस बात से उसका भरोसा पूरी तरीके से टूट गया इंसानियत से, नेकी से। Yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house. Now I wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. So now, the Iron Master had also got an opportunity to comment upon the daughter, because earlier it was the daughter who had gone against the will of her father. कि जैसे बच्चों कई बार आप देखते हैं कि घर वाले आपको किसी काम के लिए मना करें और आप ज़बरदस्ती वही काम कर डालें, फिर अगर वो काम ठीक ना हो तो घर वाले फिर आपको कहने के लिए उनके पास बहुत कुछ होता है कि देखो कहा था ना। फिर वो मतलब आपके लिए एक ऐसा पीरियड हो जाएगा यातना से भरा हुआ कि आपको मम्मी पापा दोनों लोग ये सुनाएंगे कि तुम किसी की बात नहीं मानते हो इसीलिए ऐसा हुआ। तो ऑलमोस्ट द सेम काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन was there with that girl also, that now it was the father who had been commenting upon her that that was the fine fellow you let into the house, and that was the fine fellow that you had been argumenting for. And further he also said that nobody knows how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time, that since he is a thief he would have taken away all the silver spoons. कि उसका फादर जो है उसके ऊपर कमेंट कर रहा था कि वही वो जेंटलमैन है जिनको तुमने अपने घर में रुकवा लिया था, अब वो क्रॉफ्टर के यहाँ से तो वो पैसे चुरा ले गया, तो तुम्हारे घर में तो इतना सोना चांदी है उसमें से उसने क्या छोड़ा होगा, अब हम लोग चल के उसके घर में नौकरी करेंगे। तो that was just a way of commenting by the father. He had only been taunting upon the daughter. Stopped at the front steps. When the Iron Master asked the valet whether the stranger was still there, he added that he had heard at the church that the man was a thief. So now, hardly they had reached the manor house when the Iron Master asked the valet, when the Iron Master inquired of the servant whether the stranger was still there or not. And he also told him that if he is there, he must be caught because he is a thief. That is what he came to know at the church. कि क्या देखा आपने कि बड़ी मुश्किल से अभी गाड़ी जो है फर्स्ट स्टेप्स तक रुकी ही थी कि आयरन मास्टर ने वैलेट से पूछा कि वो आदमी क्या अभी स्ट्रेंजर वो अभी घर में है, और उसने ये भी बताया कि ये भी पता चला है कि वो एक चोर है। तो ये बात आपने देखी। The valet informed that the fellow had gone and that he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a package which Miss Wilmansion was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. So now see children here, that is the twist of this story. The valet, the servant informed the iron master that the fellow had definitely gone, that the peddler had definitely gone, but he had not taken anything away with him at all. However, on the contrary, he had also left behind a small package which Miss Wilmansion was supposed to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. So that is how the story has been taking a turn here. That they were expecting that the peddler would have taken away the silver spoons and the costly items from the manor house. But he did not do anything as such. Rather, he had left behind something. And what it was, that we are just going to see. तो आपने देखा कि उसने बताया कि नहीं, वो आदमी तो घर से तो चला गया पर वो अपने साथ कुछ ले करके नहीं गया, बल्कि उसने अपने पीछे एक गिफ्ट छोड़ा है जो मिस विलमेंशन दया भाव से स्वीकार करें ऐसी उसने प्रार्थना की है. Badly done up that the contents came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. So children, ultimately it was Miss Wilmansion who accepted the package. And she just opened it because it was very badly done up. It was not wrapped properly. It was just very badly wrapped up. And as soon as she opened the package, the contents showed themselves up. And now seeing to the content, she gave a little cry of joy. So it was not on account of the presentation that she has received. It was on account of the fact that her faith was protected. तो आपने क्या देखा कि उसने उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लिया और जैसे ही उसने खोला तो उसे देख कर उसके मुंह से एक चीख निकल आई खुशी की। तो ये इसलिए थी क्योंकि उसका विश्वास नेकी पर से उसका विश्वास टूटने से बच गया था कि शायद उसे ये लगा कि उसकी नेकी ने किसी को सुधार दिया, किसी चोर को एक सचरित्र इंसान बना दिया। ये सोच करके वो लड़की इतनी खुश हो गई। शी वॉज रियली क्वाइट सेटिस्फाइड टू रियलाइज that her sympathy and kindness had been able to transform a person from a thief to a gentleman. And that is how her efforts had really borne fruits, you can say. She found a small rat trap, and in it lay three wrinkled 10 kroner notes. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay a letter written in a large jagged character. So, children, you have been told here that she found three wrinkled 10 kroner notes. She found three crushed 10 kroner notes also inside the rat trap, and that was supposed to be given back to the person from whom they had been stolen. And inside the rat trap, there was also a letter that was addressed to Miss Wilmansion. कि उसने देखा कि रेड ट्रैप में थोड़ा मुड़े तुड़े हुए 10 kroner के 3 नोट्स हैं और उनका पर्पस था कि वो उस पर्सन को वापस कर दिए जाएं जिसके पास से वो चुराए गए हैं। और साथ ही साथ उसमें एक लेटर भी था जो मिस विलमेंशन को एड्रेस किया गया था। उस लेटर के कंटेंट को हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखेंगे। मिस, सिंस यू हैव बीन सो नाइस टू मी ऑल डे लॉन्ग एज इफ आई वाज अ कैप्टन, I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain. So the letter has been addressed to Miss Wilmansion. And through the letter, gratitude has been shown to her that she had really been so nice to the peddler. And this is why in return, he also wants to be kind to her. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief. So the peddler did not want that a gentle lady should be embarrassed out of the presence of a thief in the house. But you can give the money back to the old man on the roadside, who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for the poor wanderers. So in the letter it was also written that the money is supposed to be given back to the person to whom it belongs, who has been hanging the money in the pouch as a bait for the poor wanderer, as a temptation for the poor wanderer. Anyway, it should be given back to him. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. So what you have been told here? The peddler wanted to say that the rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in the rat trap of the world, who would have been trapped in the rat trap of the world if he had not been raised to the dignity of a captain. And probably in that way he got the power to clear himself. Probably in that way he got the power to clear his conscience. कि आपने देखा कि उसने लेटर में मिस विलमेंशन को एड्रेस किया और ये कहा कि आप मेरे साथ इतने अच्छे से रहें, आप मेरे साथ आपने मेरी इतनी अवगत की कि जैसे मैं कोई वास्तविक कैप्टन हूँ, और इसके बदले में मैं आपके साथ भी बहुत नेक होना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे मैं वास्तविक कैप्टन हूँ। मैं ये नहीं चाहता कि आज के इस क्रिसमस सीजन पे आप घबराई हुई सी रहें एक थीफ की प्रेजेंस से, एक चोर की मौजूदगी से, पर साथ ही साथ आप ये पैसा उस ओल्ड मैन को दे दीजिए जो सड़क के किनारे रहता है और जिसने अपने पैसे को लटका रखा है विंडो फ्रेम पे, एक बेट, एक लालच के सामान के तौर पे गरीब वॉन्डरर्स के लिए। साथ ही उसने ये भी कहा कि यह रेड ट्रैप एक गिफ्ट है उस रैट की तरफ से जो कि ट्रैप में फंस चुका होता यदि उसे ये मौका न मिला होता कि वो अपने आप को, अपने कॉन्शियस को, अपनी अंतरात्मा को क्लियर कर सके। रिटन विथ फ्रेंडशिप एंड हाई रिगार्ड, कैप्टन वॉन्सटेल. So he signs himself as Captain Wonsdale, though he was just a peddler but he signed himself as Captain Onestail because with that identity, with that signature, he was able to clear himself. With that signature, he was able to transform himself. He was able to realize how great a man could be. तो ये इस वजह से उसने कैप्टन वॉन स्टेल की सिग्नेचर की, जबकि वो तो एक साधारण आदमी था, उसका कोई उस कैप्टन से मुकाबला नहीं था। मगर एक दिन के लिए भी उस कैप्टन की हैसियत में आ करके, उस कैप्टन को मिलने वाला सम्मान प्राप्त करके एक साधारण आदमी भी वास्तव में एक कैप्टन जितना ही महान बन गया। ये हमने देखा कि किस तरीके से हमारी सिंपैथी किसी को खराब से अच्छा बना सकती है, किस तरीके से हमारी सिंपैथी किसी को आगे बढ़ने के लिए मजबूर कर सकती है, किसी को आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रेरित कर सकती है। उसके अगर हम उसकी भूलों को माफ़ करें तो हो सकता है उसके मन में भी ये रियलाइजेशन आए कि हाँ, हमें अच्छा बनना है। तो ये इस स्टोरी का मॉरल है।